Okay, I see that we're live. Hi, everyone. Happy April Fools. I hope all of you trick your kids like we did, telling them that they have to repeat this year again. That was a riot for a few hours. We even told our kids to do the Zooms and the online sessions of the previous year, so they'll be able to get ready. Um, for to repeat the next year again. Um, so we try to do the Norwegian Cruise Line um, live, but for some reason, I don't know, something with the system. Hi, Gabriella. Hi, Julie, and Christine. Hi, Christine. We were trying to do the Facebook Live. For some reason, the software is having issues. I'm trying to find a backup system or something else that I can use. What I wanted to do today, because we talked about we've mentioned about the CARES Act and all the things for the program. Now, kind of a disclaimer that I'll put later. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not but I wanted to go over some of what Royal Caribbean um, has put out, the travel partner support program, the RCL cares. I posted this I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and I wanted just like a quick overview. I'm pretty much just reading what it says here and then explaining. If anyone has any questions, I'll try and kind of give answers from what I've had a lot of time to do the research. So hopefully that will some of you will benefit from it if you need that kind of help. So again, the CARES Act is the Coronavirus Aid Relief Economy Security Act. That's the CARES. And it pretty much gives option for businesses and independent contractors to get some benefits from the whole situation, from the stimulus. So I'm sure all of you have heard the basic one, the original one, that no one needs anything. That's pretty much in one of the later pages, that every adult, yeah, page 6 with the Royal Caribbean. Um, any adult is eligible for $1,200. Child 500. If you're married, you're getting double. And of course, there are limitations. If you're making up to $99,000 a year, you'll get it in full. If you make more, up to 150, they'll just deduct for every $100. They'll deduct 5%. But pretty much, if you're in the $99,000 per person, you'll get $1,200 per adult and 500 per child. So again, family of four can get $3,400. There's nothing, you don't need to do anything for it. If you submitted your taxes and had bank withdrawal, they took money from your account, you'll just get an auto deposit back. If you had to pay, if you're a business owner, you had to make estimated deposits, you'll just get a check. Again, you don't need to do anything to get that. I think there are ways to maybe update it and maybe add a bank account, so I'll make it faster, but pretty much nothing you need to do. If you're an independent contractor, if you're an IC, you're getting commission, you're getting a 1099 either from your host, from your another agent that you're working as a sub agent, an associate agent, and you're getting 1099s from them. Then again, you are, whether you're a business or a sole proprietorship, you can get unemployment. Now, that was set up by the government, so federal, but you have to wait until your specific state has opened that option. So right now, if you go to, I'm in New Jersey. So again, I know the procedure is set federally, but there's nothing in New Jersey. So if I go to New Jersey unemployment right now, there is no option to pick self-employment. Um, so I would probably wait. If you want to try and give them a call, you can. I think the hold times are like crazy, but if you can hold it for another week or two, when they'll hopefully update the website, I would wait. You can still backtrack it. I think they said January 27th. So you have a lot of time that you can push it back if you need to. Now, I've seen a lot for our specific situation. People are saying, you know what, I still work in the business. I'm still here. I'm still, if someone calls me right now, my 800 number is available. I can only say what my logic and what I am planning on doing. You guys will decide what it is that you want to do. I'm not closing my business. I am not really 100% unemployed, but some states do have the option to declare that you reduced your hours, you're not making as much. So if you look at my numbers from March 1st until the 15th, I made X, but from the 15th until the end of the month, I made tenth of that, even like a hundredths of that. So it's everything just dropped. We went from 250% to pretty much zero. So there's not a lot of income. Yes, I'm getting $16 from Homewood Suites that we booked like 2 months ago. It's for me. I don't consider that a real income. So what I'll report is that I've reduced my hours by about 90%. So maybe I won't be able to claim the entire unemployment, but I won't feel like I'm lying and saying anything that is not true. Again, that's me. That's personally, that's what I'm planning on doing. The act itself, from what I understood, allows you to get 50%, again, depending on the state, but about 50%, 50% that from regular unemployment. And then in addition to it, you can get $600 per week. That's based on the CARES Act that was initiated. So if you are in a state that, let's say, gives $500 as unemployment, you can claim that 500 or 250 a week plus the 600 plus the $1,200 that's again, these programs are in addition to, they're not anything that I can say. If you qualify, you can do it. It doesn't matter if you did one, you can do the second one as long as you qualify. So that's for the ICs. Now, ICs are also a business. There is a program that's called the EIDL, which is sorry, I have all the forms because I pretty much filled everything for now. So I'm going to try and get whatever we can from this specific situation. So the EIDL, which I forgot the name, forgot what it stands for right now, but it allows you as a business to get from the SBA, from the Small Business Administration. I think I posted the link before. I can post it again if needed. There's an application that you can request a loan as a business owner. Again, if you're an IC and you have expenses for your business, then you can apply for that. According to the rules, the laws, and what they say that the first $10,000 is actually forgiven. So technically, if you are applying for that program, you're actually, when you file the program, it already asks you for the bank account. So they're saying that they will give the advance of $10,000 whether you qualify or you don't, which is a little weird. And that first $10,000 that they're given is forgiven. So sounds weird to me, but looks like they're giving out free money, free $10,000. After the $10,000, you can ask for up to $2 million. But then again, you have to approve and show that you need the expenses either to keep your business expenses. And that's the EIDL program, um, which is mentioned in the Royal Caribbean. The EIDL, it's the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. It's on page 5 on the Royal Caribbean page. They also have the link here for the COVID-19 relief.sba.gov. You can fill all the information. They do have some information here. Now, in addition, like another program, additional, this one is for, let's say, a bigger business, but you can still be an LLC, you can still be an independent, a sole proprietor, But as long as you give 1099s or payroll or some sort of, you're providing income to other. So if you're a small agency like myself, I have a few independent contractors that work with me, under me, whatever you want to call it. I give them 1099s at the end of the year. If you have at least one, you can qualify for the next program, which is called the PPP, Payroll Protection Program. It's kind of similar to the EIDL, which is a loan, and the first $10,000 can be forgiven. So same thing. You, as long as you provide income to people, you create jobs. Um, you create jobs. You can qualify for the next program. Again, the PPP. Jane, don't you have to use the first $10,000 of business or employees? That's the PPP. So the EIDL, no, there is, it clearly said, I took the 800 and whatever, 830 pages. We have plenty of time, as you can see. I read most of it from what I understood. Again, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an attorney. I started reading them. It clearly looks like the EIDL, the first $10,000 are forgiving. Even if they decline the loan, they will not ask for $10,000 back. I don't know. Maybe someone, when they'll start writing the checks and transferring, they're going to realize that they did something wrong and they might change it. But right now, the EIDL, $10,000 forgiven. They don't even, there's no documentation. Now, the PPP, right now you can't submit it online. You have to download a page, the forms, and I think you can only start requesting it from April 3rd. It might be online later. That program, again, only if you're running payroll, only if you are providing 1099s to in our cases, agent. Okay, they don't have to be employees. 1099. With that, what they do is they will provide you 2.5 out of your payroll. So times 2.5, times 2.5. So let's say you gave $100,000 last year to all of your ICs. You have 20 ICs. You gave $100,000. You will qualify for $100,000 times 2.5. I'll post the EIDL link, which is again on, if you have the Royal Caribbean Cares program, it's listed on page 5, section 19. You have the link there for the web. It's COVID-19 relief.sba, smallbusinessassociation.gov. You can go there, you can file it. It takes 2 minutes. Really, really, really basic questions, including what's your bank account. So I don't know, giving money. Again, the PPP. Now the PPP, the Payment Protection Program. Now that one, again, you have to fill with a bank. Use an institute, or maybe the SBA as well will open that program. You need to prove and to show later, after it, this is pretty much a loan from the first dollar. It's a loan, but the rules, I read the rules and the terms for that one. The interest for that loan is half, 0.5%, half a percent, that they're giving you the money. So I don't know. Even if you take the money and give it back after 6 months, which is the deferred time, so you don't have to pay anything, it's half a percent. Put it in a high interest savings or something, you're going to make about 1.5%. So I don't understand, but again, yes, Julie, that's the link. Really, really easy. And yes, I'm sorry, you're right. The average. You're correct. The average monthly payroll, Jennifer. Yes, you're right. So yes, if it's $10,000 a month, 10.5. Yes, you are correct. I'm sorry. As I said, if you, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an attorney, but yes, you are correct. Average monthly payroll times 2.5. Um, the PPP, yes, Mark, the PPP, you have to show that you used it for payroll, rent, mortgage interest, utilities. There are some that you can use for equipment. Upgrade your equipment in the office, bought another computer, bought some, I don't know, furniture, whatever you need. Again, I'm just reading off what the policy itself. But yes, only that. Um, for the PPP, you have to show that you used it for after 6 weeks or 8 weeks. You have to show them that you actually used it for qualifying purchases. If not, again, and nothing will be forgiven. Zero. They're saying that you cannot get anything back. You cannot get anything forgiven, and you want to pay back the loan. There is no prepayment. There's no prepayment fee. There are no fees to initiate the loan, and the loan has a 0.5% interest. So yes, Mark, if for some reason you will not meet and they'll say whatever you spent it on or said or claimed you spent it on, again, don't go and buy stuff. Don't go and just give money to yourself. It's just you're continuing the business and you're providing and you're giving them whatever you already have, what you're supposed to give them. And then just you can try and claim it as an expense, have it forgiven. If it's not, pay back the loan. Other things that you can do, something, how can we find out what is qualifying for the loan? Read which loan? Again, there are so many programs out there. Are you talking about the EIDL, or are you talking about the PPP? Again, the PPP you have to have 1099 under you. You have to provide 1099s to people. So Red, just let me know which one you're talking about qualifying. Now these are all applications. If you won't, if you don't qualify, they won't give it to you. I say apply. Personally, I am going to apply. So I don't know. If I don't qualify, they won't give me the money. If they give me the money, I guess I qualify. Other things that you can do, which are part of the program, I know you can reach out to your bank, to your mortgage, whoever owns your mortgage, the bank, and you can try and ask them to push the payments. I know they offer up to 3 months. Some offer 3 plus 3. Be careful. I know there's tons of programs out there. Some of them, if you're asking them to delay the payment, just make sure what happens after the 3 months. I've seen one bank that said on the fourth month, let's say your payments are $3,000, you don't have to pay for April, May, June, so $12,000, and then June, July comes, and then you have to pay everything, the 3 months plus the fourth month. So after 4 months, you have to pay $12,000, which might not be an option for some people. So just please make sure if you are doing something like that, like requesting your bank to delay the mortgage, just make sure that they're doing the right thing and not just delaying everything, because it won't save you a problem. Some banks are offering to take the entire money and push it towards the end of the loan. They can't modify the loan, they can't change the terms. So whenever your mortgage ends, it ends. That they're not modifying the loan. And so at the end, in 10 years, 15 years, you'll just have to prepay it. Some other banks are offering, take that $3,000 times 3 that you're not paying, so $9,000. They'll divide it into 12, 24, 50 months and just tackle it to your mortgage. Some will say that you also need to do it for your taxes as well. If your taxes and insurance are you're paying them through the mortgage itself, you might need to do that or make partial payments. Just make sure that you're aware. I would recommend reaching to your bank, to the bank that owns your mortgage. I sent them some forms, showed them how much I made from March 1st until the 15th, and showed them how much I made from the 16th until the end. And apparently to them that was enough. They send me a form. We're still, it's called, I'm with Columbia Bank in New Jersey. They already have a form, the 2020 coronavirus relief request form. So I have the form, I filled it. I am waiting for them to let me know what does it mean. They only have, I request that our loan payments be deferred for 1, 2, 3. You could circle one of them, and that's it. But I don't know what it means after the 3 months. So make sure that you know what it means. And from what I understood, they won't report you to the credit bureau because you're not paying. People are recommending that you get it in writing. So you'll have, because I couldn't reach my bank over the phone at all, but they had a recording with an email. So I emailed, and I've been going back and forth with them by email. So make sure that you get it in writing, that if you don't make your payment by the 15th of April coming up, that they won't report you. But don't stop making payments. Okay, so until you have it and you signed and they approved, continue making payments on your mortgage. Says, what about W-2 for the PPP? I don't have any ICs. So if you have, well, that's even better. So this is we'll call it pure payroll. There are your employees. If you have people with a W-2, Janice, Janice, that you are paying them, then the point of it is that you won't release them. You won't send them out to go and get unemployment. So you can get the loan and continue paying them. They won't file for unemployment, and then you can get that money back forgiven. So that's the point. That's the whole point of this specific program. Not to use it for the 1099s or something like that, but the whole point of it is payroll. Is if you have an admin that you pay them by hour or by monthly or something. The point is to keep them on your payroll, keep giving them money, keep having them on the 1099, and so they won't have to go and claim on insurance. Bills, Jennifer, it depends on your bills. Again, if you're on the PPP, it's supposed to be payroll, rent, mortgage, interest, just the interest part, not the whole mortgage. And it says utilities. So if you have a home office or you have an office, electric, whatever, gas, whatever you're using can be used again for the PPP, for the Paycheck Protection Program. It's there to protect your employees. That's the point. Other things again that we've mentioned, I know that you can try and reach out to some of your if you have payments for telecommunication, CRM, anything that you might have, I suggest reaching out to them. They know what's going on. I'm sure they got maybe hundreds of calls already, and you're number 957, so they won't be surprised. And if they have a policy, they'll give it to you. If they don't have a policy, they won't. There are other programs which I assume are not really relevant to the people on our page. If you have more than 500 employees, tax benefits, there are other options that you can do. If your employees have student loans, you can give them you can give them up to, I think it was $5,200, that they can prepay their student loans. You can get it as a tax credit. There are tons of things out there. I don't think that's really relevant to us for 99% of us on this page. If anyone thinks that is relevant, you can send me a message. I can send you a link for some of the videos that I've seen on YouTube, or there's a lot of information. Again, Jane, 1099 agents, and they don't have ICs under them. They don't have anyone under them. They can now under the program. When I say now, it passed. They should be able to get unemployment. You have to wait until your actual state opens that option on the unemployment page. Now, something really, really, really important. If you're an IC, if you have ICs, when you are applying for unemployment, it will ask you who your employer is. Your host, your agency that you work with, if you're not a W-2, if you're not receiving pay stubs, they are not your employer. Okay, if you're submitting as a sole proprietor, if you're listing, again as a sole proprietorship, when it asks who your employer, you are your own employer. You are self-employed. You are your own business as a sole proprietorship. Put your social security number in them. Don't enter the host. You will just cause them problems, because then they'll try and check how come they're employees but they never paid you unemployment insurance, and they don't claim you as a, they're not paying your taxes. And just don't do a huge favor to your host. And of course it will delay your claim, but just don't do that. And if you are a business, if you're an LLC filing as a S corp, C corp, whatever, if you're a company, your company name is your employer. Okay, so you are your own employer. You are filing as self-employed. um, don't, again, please, I sent out an email to all of my agents. I posted in a few other groups for my host. Tell your ICs, if you're an IC and you are submitting claim for unemployment, do not put your business, your host as your employer. Put your EIN number, put your social security number. You are self-employed. You are your own business. What are my thoughts if you also have a job and an independent contractor? Barbara, what do you mean? Do you have another job? You're getting money from it? You're getting a regular W-2 payroll, pay stubs, and travel was your hustle, side hustle? I hate that phrase. I don't know. A lot of people are using that. I don't like that phrase. But so business is not your main income. You have another business, and is that what you mean? Um, if it is, I would say it depends on the amount of money that you make out of your regular. If you make more than the minimum wage, I don't think that you can submit unemployment. You know, you can try, but they'll still see that you're getting money. You're still getting pay stubs. I think you need to report all of your employers when you're filing. You can try again. Unemployment is again an application. It's not considered a fraud if you write exactly what your current situation. So write that you're still employed, write how much you're making under your regular day job, and write that your travel business has gone down to 0 or 10%, and you reduced hours, or you closed that business altogether due to COVID-19, and see what they say. Again, I don't think it hurts. It's going to take them a while. There are crazy amount of if you go, I looked at the New Jersey, they have every, from 0 until 1000, ending like the last 4 digits of your social security. You have to submit the request between 7 and 7:30. They pretty much divided the whole day, the like 12 hours of daylight, into sections, so people won't all go at the same time. It's crazy. It's really crazy out there. So we're trying to. I'm trying to see what we can do so everyone, yeah, we'll get money. So if anyone has any more questions, there might be a delay, so I'm waiting a little bit. But I think I went over again the regular stimulus, the checks. Don't need to do anything. Just wait for it. The EIDL, which I would probably suggest everyone to submit a claim, and see. The next one is the PPP, only if you have payroll, if you have people working under you, with you, you supply them 1099s. If you're bigger than that, there are tons of other things that you can do, that you can request. Yeah, if that's pretty much, I think I covered most of it. Okay, Elaine says that she has another job, but it's part-time, and I can't work right now because of the virus. So I think I will qualify. Okay, yeah. If both of your jobs, if you're not working in them, um, you can just write both of them. I know because I looked at the process. I didn't submit my whole application, but I looked at the New Jersey side, and that you need to list all of your employers, how much you made, and I think some people asked how much do I make because I don't have consistent business. Just take your annual last year's 1099 that you got from your host, or if you're totally on your own independent, go to your QuickBooks, go to your attorney, see how much you reported in taxes, divide it by 52 weeks, right? And that's how much you make average in a week. I know we have it just changes, but yeah, that's how it's done. That's the average. That's how much you make. um yeah, that's it. Go over, look at it. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope that I helped someone. If you've submitted one of these and you got some money, post it for our group so we'll know that that it's real and they're not just saying that they're giving away free money. We'll try tomorrow. Hopefully my Facebook Live will work. Bye, everyone.